Pausa. Botón.
Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline. I'm here with another video. Sorry for not updating video for not updating video on a while on this channel because I just didn't know what to update and I just didn't know what to talk about on it. But in this video, I'm gonna be reacting to a video I just finished watching, and it's from a channel called it's called Danny's Corner or something like that. Where it actually has a who actually have a funny channel story, yeah. But basically, this is gonna be my first time reaction to his English channel, and yeah, so let's go to
Inicio de One UI.
let's go to YouTube. Hold on.
Inicio.
Okay.
Punto. Carp. Punto. Añad col Google. YouTube. YouTube. Importante.
Okay.
Nueva notificación. Danny's Corner ha subido. The Church also has prejudiced attitudes hace 2 horas.
Here it is.
Hello everyone, my name is Danny. Welcome to another
Right.
video here on Danny's Corner.
Retroceder.
Hello
Pausar.
everyone, my name.
Reproducir video. Botón.
I'm gonna try to leave his channel and either in the description of this video or in the comment section. Let's see. That way you guys can go ahead and subscribe. And I also have more reactions of his videos, but on his Spanish channel and I have them in my Spanish channel as well. So if you guys want to go look at them, there's a couple of them that I did over there. A couple of reactions to some videos and stuff. But this one, it's very good too. So I was thinking about it and I was like, let me do a reaction of it. So let's start. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Danny. Welcome to another video here on Danny's Corner. I'm going to warn you that the following content will be controversial, will be offensive to some people, but this is something that has to be talked about. On this channel, I have talked about people with disabilities and how we have faced discrimination, prejudice attitudes in many levels, such as socially, in politics, and perhaps some other ways, even with celebrities, etc. Today, I want to speak about something that a lot of people, I think, are not aware of, and maybe they are, but they just want to hide it under the rug, as if it didn't exist.
Yeah, that's right. And they don't wanna do anything to stop that. And yeah, it's just something that no one wants to believe. And they just say things like, oh, but that you said that they did to you, that's not discrimination. Then what is it? If it's not discrimination, then what is it? I mean, come on. Well, let's keep watching the video and you guys will know what I'm talking about.
But today it's time that we speak about something that a lot of people are afraid to speak about, either because they can't or because they don't know how to, which is
No, and also because, like in my case, if I talk about this, my family gets very mad because they defend her. They defend the.
All friends, reproductor de video, toca 2 veces, mini, sub, mat, reproducir video, botón.
They defend the church a lot, and they don't want to hear me talking about it because they said I'm talking bad about it, and yeah. It's just something that for people that don't have disabilities how to understand. Yeah.
to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to talk about prejudice attitudes and discrimination and ableism,
Mm-hmm.
we need to be aware that it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say I'm a Christian and ignore the sins or the bad things that my own belief system or the people that believe like me have. I hope I'm making some sense here. Let me repeat it again.
Yeah, because they could have good things, but they have to have bad things as well. Because they just don't they just don't want anything to do with people with disabilities. They just want to give them out, but not and they might not say it with words, but they do say it with the actions that they have. Yeah.
Although I am a Christian, I am not able to ignore the bad things that the community who says that they believe the way that I do, I can't ignore those bad things that they do
Yeah.
to people with disabilities.
Yep.
And yet they claim to know the Bible as well as I do, or as little as I do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to talk about. And so here's what happened today, for example. And this really ticked me off. So I was at church, and it was the morning service. Churches usually have service during the morning. Some have it in the afternoon, but anyway. And I don't know much about North American churches, if they do it a lot, but I know that in Hispanic churches, the majority of them, they like their music to be loud. They like
Exactly. No, and besides that, sometimes the music is louder than the voice of the person that is singing, and it's very hard to understand what they're singing. Oh, that gets me very frustrated. Oh my gosh. I experienced that the church that my parents go to. Oh, it gets like frustrating because I just cannot understand what they're singing because the music is louder than the voice as the person that is singing, and it's like, couldn't they just put the volume a little bit low? Oh, just very, very frustrating. Oh my gosh. So I know what you mean. It's just so horrible. Oh my goodness.
Their service to be loud.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that I'm criticizing these people, it's not criticism. I'm just making an observation so you guys can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
What they decide to do is on them. But I am going to talk about what I observe, as I said, in politics, society, church, or wherever I find myself to be as an observer. So as I said, these people like their music loud, and obviously their whole service is loud.
Yeah.
With that said, as I have said before on this channel, I have migraines. So I don't know what a service is going to be like when they invite me to a new church. In this case, I've been going to this church off and on for the past 3 years. So I already know what this church is like. But again, I'm not going to stop going just because there's loud things.
Yeah.
I hear loud things all the time. Outside, maybe a car is blaring their music or what have you. There's a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So me having a migraine isn't an excuse why I can't enjoy nor participate on several activities. I just have to find ways on how to adapt my life to be in step with what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I wear headphones. And I think that the smart headphones, regardless of what brand you may have, do help people with migraines a lot, more than you think. So to me, it's not a luxury, but to me, these things have been a lifesaver. And they're not earplugs, they're smart headphones. And let me tell you something with these things is that because they have the transparency mode, or because some of these headphones you can adjust how quiet you want something or how much you want to hear.
Oh, interesting. I never seen one of those, so I didn't remember, but yeah. That's just so interesting.
Outside noises, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And so again, it's been a lifesaver along with the other things that I take and able to avoid migraines.
Yeah.
And so yes, I go to church and I go to other places with these things on without any problem, because to avoid the bass or the high screeching sounds that there may be, a number of things can affect my migraine, as I have described on other videos. And so in this particular place, one of the things that was said is take off they used AirPods. I wasn't using those, but regardless, I knew what they were trying to say.
Exactly, yeah.
The Church also. Reproductor de reproducir video, botón.
Now, to me, this was wrong of them to say that,
Yeah.
because they do not know why I am wearing headphones. I understand some people may be playing around. I understand that some people may be using them because I don't know, they're forced to go to church. I don't know what the case may be, but they can't judge and they can't say that everyone who's wearing headphones might be doing so for the same reason. So what I'm saying here is that before telling somebody to do something, always make sure that you know the reason why a person is doing something. Maybe, just maybe, they might have a legit reason of why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And in my case, again, loud noises cause me to have migraines. And especially when it's in a closed auditorium, where as a blind person, the sound obviously is going to sound a bit more louder. I'm going to hear more the nuances of everything that's going on around me. Now imagine.
Yeah, and loud noises also. They are also uncomfortable for other people with other disabilities, like people that have autism. They also like some of them. They also don't like loud noises and stuff because I don't know. It just makes them feel uncomfortable or something. So yeah.
With headaches or with migraines,
Yeah.
the sound amplifies itself. I don't know how to explain it. Just that. It amplifies everything, so it sounds much louder than it actually is.
Yeah.
And I know for sure that Hispanic churches like their services to be loud because other people who do not have migraines have told me the same thing.
Yeah.
There are some preachers that scream.
Exactly. And like, they scream very loud that it's just like, it's just like very like annoying sometimes. Yeah. I went to that because I even see that at the church that I go to and at the one that my parents go to too, and it's like it's just I don't know, just something like something it's a little uncomfortable and stuff. So yeah, I went to that as well. So. I even like the music loud, but sometimes I try to have the volume down, and sometimes I put it loud. It just depends. But usually when I'm in the car with my parents and I'm going somewhere, I just like the music loud because I can't really hear it because of the sound that the car have, and it's like, just very frustrating. But yeah.
And I'm glad that none of the churches where I have been, that has been happening. Otherwise, I would not go to church.
Oh, you're lucky because that happens to me a lot. Oh my god. It's just very, very, very frustrating sometimes.
because that would be too much. So anyway, we need to understand that that can hurt a community.
Yeah.
And the other thing that happened, the same congregation, is the pastor says there are some people who do not give money. Yeah, there are some people who do not give money. And why does everything have to be about money?
Exactly. And that's why a lot of people don't want to come to Christ. They don't want to go to church because they say, oh no, I'm not going to go to church because they just like to talk about money and they just like to keep on asking people to give money, and they just want to take the money away from people. No, that's why I'm not gonna go to church. I heard that a lot. A lot of people do that because they just say that. Nah, they just like to take the money away from people, and but kind of like frustrating to hear that. Yeah.
Why does the church worry so much about money, about tithing, about offerings, but only when it comes to money? You see, it's not that tithing nor offerings are bad. They're not. But when a church is solely focused on that, knowing fully well that there are other ways of tithing, of offerings that you can do, but people rarely do that, that's rarely promoted, your church or this, speaking about Christianity, is going to be known for what? For being grifters, for taking money away from people. And if you were to read the Bible, in case you're an atheist, we don't need that much money. All of these people that are asking.
No, but I think were the churches that are big, they do not to like to collect money because they want to make some event or whatever, or sell food and all that kind of stuff. And I know that because I heard all about that at the church that my parents go to, and yeah. They don't explain it to me, but they do talk about it with other people there. So yeah.
Asking for money, all these churches, they could do well on downsizing. This is just my opinion. We don't need mega churches of 1,000 people or 200 people. And that's the other thing. Do you think I want to go to church where there's 200 people and the pastor says something like, we're not here to please you.
Oh, I heard a lot. No, we're not here to please you. We are here to please God, and kind of like, I don't know if I don't know what to believe. I don't really believe that.
He said other words, but let's just leave it at that. We're not here to please you. God is not here to please you. Okay, fine, I understand that.
Yeah.
But whenever you have things going on at church, events, and you're catering to people who are sighted, people who are able-bodied, that you're giving things out, you're doing activities with them, you're doing this, and in comes a person who has multiple disabilities, whatever they may be, and you don't look after those people in the same way that you look out for your able-bodied peers or parishioners, there's something going on there.
Exactly. Exactly. There's something very wrong going on there, and I heard one time at the church that my parents go to, the pastor's wife said, "Oh, if you guys have any suggestions that you guys want us to do, as a church, well, let us know," and blah blah blah. And I did that. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna give them a suggestion." And I suggested them to invite one of my friends that already passed away. I asked them if they could invite him to sing and stuff at the church, and they did not do that. They said, "No, I'm not gonna do that." And I was like, "Then why did you say that? That if I have a suggestion, I can let you guys know." That doesn't make any sense. But now that I think about it, they were saying it because they were saying it to people that don't have disabilities.
When you don't take the time to hear the concerns
Exactly.
and troubles of those people with disabilities, when you do not make space for them, when you don't make your activities inclusive for those people, then yes, you are excluding them. And yes,
Exactly. And that doesn't help anybody with disabilities at all. They just make people with disabilities feel uncomfortable and not wanting to go there anymore. That happened to me, so I've been through that. It happened to me at the church that my parents go to. And now that I don't go there anymore, my parents say, "Oh, they always ask for you because they love you," and blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna believe that. I just not, because if they really do love me, then they should have treated me better when I was there, and they didn't. So come on, don't come with that, because I'm not gonna believe that. They just ask about me. They just ask about me because they just want to. I don't know, for whatever reason, they just want to know about me, but they didn't. But it's not because they love me or whatever. Do not believe that. I do not believe that.
you are saying to them, you do not matter.
Exactly.
Only these people matter. So when I hear that phrase, that we're not here to please you, I would jump up and say, no, you're not here to please me, but you're here to please other people, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's interesting that these people who call themselves Christians say this type of stuff and cater, as again I say, to people who are able-bodied, and they don't worry for the least of these: homeless, people with disabilities, people in shelters,
Yeah.
etc. And I don't know which of those groups is more at the bottom, but this has to stop.
Exactly. But the thing is that unfortunately no one is doing anything to stop that. No one, absolutely no one is doing anything to stop that. And that's very, very sad. Because that makes people with disability feel uncomfortable. And that's why a lot of people with disabilities decide not to go to church. And that happened to me before. Like I said, I've been through that. And that still happens sometimes, actually. And it's sad that no one understands that. Because, like, for example, in my case, my family said, oh, you don't want to go to church anymore. You're starting to go out of God. You don't want to be with Him anymore. Whatever. And like, it's not that. And I just decided to stay quiet, because if I try to explain that to them, they're not gonna understand it anyway. So I just decide not to waste my time in explaining that to them.
It's amazing how much money we sent to other nations, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
The bad thing is when we have people inside a congregation who are asking for help,
Exactly.
who want and need your help desperately, and are not getting it. And it sounds as if you are attacking them.
Exactly. Yeah. And they just pretend to be nice, and they start like getting close to you, and they start getting close to you and hugging you and all that kind of stuff. And I've been through that, and my parents were like, because there was one time that people that were my parents church, they started hugging me and all that, and my parents were like, because I used to like move away when they did that. I used to move away, and my parents are like, why are you moving away? They hugging you because they love you, and blah blah blah, whatever. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I don't think they really love me like they pretend to do it. I don't. Because their actions, what their actions, they're showing me something different.
Directly.
Mm-hmm.
And I've spoken about these things too.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting that through the ADA law, there are businesses that have to comply with it by making parking for disabled people, but the church doesn't have to do that. And knowing that they follow Christ, the church should be the first one, without anybody telling them, without there being a law, they should be the first ones to say, you know what? Because these people need us, because these people want to go to church, we're going to make it possible. We're going to lead by example and
Exactly.
leave them a few parking spots. And we're going to label them as for people with disabilities. The place where you expect to find compassion, understanding, mercy, love, care, you do not find that.
Nope, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. And we find the opposite. And that makes us ask differently. What's that place? I used to visit another church where they used to be very nice to me, and I used to enjoy being there, and like my parents get mad at me, oh, why in that church you're enjoying the service and whatever, and in our church you're acting differently, and blah blah blah. And I used to ask myself, why do you think? Why do you think? Because in that church they treat me better than in yours. That's why. And I tried to explain that to them, but they just did not understand it. They just did not want to understand it, unfortunately. So yeah, that's why I wanted to react to this video, because I can perfectly identify myself with this video.
And this is in 70, 80, perhaps 90% of evangelical churches today.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what country you go to.
Nope.
You find this everywhere. With that said, you also have these things like, how am I supposed to give money when they have boxes in the front and the back? It's like, where are they?
Yeah.
They just say they're in the back or they're in the front, but it's like, I don't know where they're at.
Exactly. It's just like when somebody says to blind people, oh, go over there or come over here. Where? It's like, where? Come on, eh? Where's over there? Where's over here? Kind of like, oh my goodness, it's just like very confusing.
As a blind person, I can tell you that's really frustrating.
Yep, it is.
So at this point, the church is the same as if I was involved in a social gathering.
Yeah.
Both are not doing their job as they should. The only difference between a social gathering and a religious service is that one hides behind a cloak of the Bible and that they believe in God. But it's exactly the same thing as going to a social gathering and knowing that perhaps nobody's going to be there to help you, and people are going to ignore you.
Exactly. And when they go and hang out or something, they show, like, I've been to that because when the young people used to go and hang out and stuff, my parents' church, the pastor used to tell me, if you have a phone, call your parents to come pick you up. They didn't even say, you know what, come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you so you can go hang out with them. No, they just said, call your parents to come pick you up. Just very, very sad to think that. Oh my goodness, just horrible.
And this is what tends to happen a lot in a lot of churches that have 50, 60 people or more. We ignore one another. We don't know one another. The bigger the church, you're not going to see the pastor mingling with people. You're going to see people ignoring that person who has a disability. And I'm telling you this, and I'm sure I'm not the only one either.
No, you're not the only one, because I've been through that as well. I've been through that all the time.
There's hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people who have gone through churches experiencing the same thing that I have.
Exactly.
But for whatever reason, they're not willing to speak out, or they can't speak out, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
And I have given suggestions to pastors, and they have ignored them completely. They have said, oh no, we need money to do whatever you're suggesting us to do. No, you don't. You don't need money to change your heart. All you need is mercy, compassion, love, care. As I said before, all you need is patience. All of these things do not cost money.
Nope.
You and I can have a great conversation on how to help people with disabilities or other minorities just by drinking a cup of water.
Nope.
That's all it takes. And this is what I aim to do, not only on this channel, but on my Spanish channel as well.
Yeah.
Educate people. Because I feel that in one way or another, for thousands of years, there have been so many groups who have been ignored completely.
Yeah. And they pretend to have love, and they talk about love, and they talk about what is it called? What is it called? Unity and all that kind of stuff, and it's just like, it's just something that is very, very hard to believe what they say, because they act differently than what they're saying. I mean, they say one thing, but then with the action, they say something else.
And when we decide to speak up, the church tells us, what do you think? That the church revolves around you?
Yeah.
What do you think? That we should cater to you? What do you think? That we're here to please you? But you're here to please other people, aren't you? You're here to cater to other people, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're here to bend down backwards for other people, aren't you? So why can't you do it for me?
Exactly. I completely agree with that.
In other words, why can't you be fair to everyone? The last point I want to make is these miracles.
Yeah.
These nights where they have healing and stuff like that. A lot of these televangelists do that a lot. And they've been caught. And they've been known to scam people out of their money. And by taking their faith and ripping it to shreds, to where the person doesn't want to know about church nor God anymore.
Yeah.
And then that person doesn't know where to find anything comfort. They can't find it from their family because their family rejects them. They can't
Exactly.
find it from society because atheists or secularists are the same way as religious people. So there's nobody to count on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if people who go to church and who have been rejected for one reason or another commit suicide. I wonder what the rate for that is.
Yeah.
And why this is not spoken about. But again, these churches, and I'm not sure who's worse, if the American church or the Hispanic church, who a lot of times they want miracles, they want healing, and that's all they talk about. Miracles and healing, miracles and healing. And it's like...
Yeah. And like one time somebody told me, oh, I'm going to pray for you so that you can be able to see. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't need that. And that person was like, okay, you know what? Then if you don't want me to pray for you for that, then I'm not going to talk to you anymore because that means I didn't have faith. It's not that I don't have faith. It's just that I don't need to be heard. I mean, I don't need that. I don't need healing. Come on. I did not need healing for my vision or whatever.
Heal this blind person, heal this other person, you know, a miracle for that, a miracle for this. And that's adding more shame, more stigma to a disability.
Yeah.
Because that is telling the person that being disabled is bad. Having a disability is wrong. Having a disability is something that God doesn't like.
Yeah.
So just imagine that. Being ignored by the people whom you thought that would care for you. Being ignored by your family, because sometimes your family can be religious and can fall into this trap as well. Being ignored by society, by which in large part they may not be religious, but they still hold prejudiced attitudes, just like church members do.
Yeah.
So the question again is, whom do we turn to? Or what do we turn to?
Yeah.
We don't need a miracle.
Nope.
We don't need healing.
Nope.
Having a disability is not a bad thing. It's something that we have to cope with.
Exactly.
And I think God would be more appreciative and is more appreciative of those people who have a disability, who, in spite of whatever disability they may have, they keep on moving forward.
Exactly, and there could be an inspiration and a motivation to other people that don't have disabilities. So, yeah.
They put their best foot forward and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that? And if you don't, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But people with disabilities need the same respect, the same care, love, affection, whatever you want to call it, mercy, that everybody else does.
Exactly.
As humans, this is what we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But as I have said in other videos, first, it's the religious people that mock folks who have any kind of disability.
Mm-hmm.
And when religion mixes with politics, and we know that the right is not so keen on helping people with disabilities, that hurts even more people with different disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're mixing two things that should never be mixed, religion and politics.
Exactly.
And you're mixing them the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Even if religion and politics could be mixed, you're mixing them the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we're doing. We do not know what harm we're causing to a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
who suffer, who cry,
Yeah.
and maybe die in silence.
Exactly.
If you would like to hear more, or if you like these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe, to share, to comment. What are some of your questions? What are some of the things that you got from this video? I urge you to please share this video with your minister, with your priest, with a brother or sister who goes to your church. Send this link around. Show them that what they're doing is just as bad, just as sinful, just as evil as what these atheists or secularists are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no change.
Mm-mm.
But if we want to make a change, we always can. It all starts with opening our hearts and accepting that there are people with disabilities, different disabilities, and that there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
And if you believe in God, God is the one that makes the ultimate choice.
Mm-hmm. And she decided us to come to this world with a disability is for a reason. It's just for a reason. A lot of people have asked me, why don't you? A lot of people have asked me, why don't you ask God to give you your vision? And I was like, why? I don't need that. I don't need that. If God sent me to this world like I am, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And I'm not going to ask God to give me something that He didn't want to give me from the beginning. Since I was born.
Who He's going to heal and who He is not going to heal.
Exactly.
God can use your disability for something big.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
For something great
Mm-hmm.
that you may not know.
Exactly.
Assuming that you believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
And Christianity is not the only religion that separates people And I shouldn't say religion because there's a difference, but I will talk about that on another video. There are other belief systems that also reject in one way or the other people with disabilities.
Yeah.
So please subscribe, share, comment, ask, and look for more information. Don't believe me. Go on to other websites, seek other opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It is only when we learn that we're going to be able to open our minds to the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Yep. That's why I wanted to.
Reciente. Inicio de. Grabadora de voz. Grabador. Cancelar. 0 horas 55 minutos. Pausa. Botón.
That's why I wanted to react to this video because, yeah, I completely agree with this video. And because I've been through all those things as well. I've been through discrimination from my parents' church, and when I tried to explain that to them, they said, "Oh, you're just being dramatic. You're just being dramatic because that's not discrimination. They're telling you the truth that you really can't do things and blah blah." And I'm like, it's just very horrible, very 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 horrible. So yeah, ladies, and talk to you guys in the next video. And I'm gonna try to update more videos, and but I have to think of what to update because I just don't know what to update on this channel. And yeah, but ladies, and keep on subscribing, sharing the channel, and commenting, and talk to you guys in the next video.
Hecho. Botón. Parar.